The landscape of the Deccan Traps in Maharashtra was forged by volcanic activity 75 million years ago. These ridges consist of solid, unforgiving basalt, the raw material for one of the most ambitious engineering projects in human history. On one of these hills stands Cave 16, the Kailasa Temple. It remains the largest monolithic structure on Earth. Unlike conventional temples built by bringing stones to a site, the Kailasa was created in reverse. Builders hollowed out a hillside the size of a cricket stadium, removing 200,000 tons of solid rock to leave this structure standing in the center. This top-down method carried terrifying risks. Because the temple was carved from a single living rock, there was no way to fix a mistake. A single fractured pillar or an over-chiseled sculpture would remain a permanent, unfixable scar on the monument. The sheer physical scale of this task has led many to claim it was the work of extraterrestrials or lost ancient magic. Historical evidence for the temple's origin surfaced in the 1920s. In Baroda, archaeologists discovered a set of 1,000-year-old copper plate inscriptions. These records explicitly credit the construction to King Krishna I of the Rashtrakuta dynasty, describing a temple so wondrous that even the gods were astonished. But the timeline creates a massive paradox. King Krishna I ruled for a brief 18-year window. Excavating and carving 200,000 tons of basalt by hand is a multi-generational task. Completing it within a fraction of one king's reign seems to defy the limits of ancient labor. German archaeologist Hermann Goetz argued that the 18-year window was an impossibility. Goetz identified 10 distinctly different artistic styles across the temple's levels, from the towering shikara to these massive stone elephants supporting the base. Because artistic evolution usually spans decades, Goetz concluded the temple was a 500-year project, continued by 8 successive kings. While a 5-century timeline explains the workload, it directly contradicts the primary evidence found on the Rashtrakuta copper plates. In 1982, archaeologist M.K. Devaliker proposed a theory that aligned the physical evidence with the historical timeline by looking at the spoils of war. After King Krishna defeated the rival Chalukya dynasty, he visited their Virupaksha temple. He was so impressed by the design that he decided to replicate it at Ellora, but on a much more massive, monolithic scale. To achieve this, the king brought the master Chalukyan architects, along with captured Pallava sculptors from the south, back to Ellora as part of his war prizes. The 10 distinct art styles were the result of these rival guilds from different kingdoms working side by side. The variation Goetz saw wasn't caused by centuries of time, but by the simultaneous collaboration of diverse master artisans. Success depended on a rigorous selection process. Architects, known as stapatis, used acoustic testing to map the hill, striking the rock outcrops with specialized tools to listen for resonance. A clear ring indicated solid basalt capable of supporting weight, while a dull thud revealed hidden internal fissures that could cause a collapse mid-construction. To remove the bulk of the rock, they used the water wedge method. Laborers drilled sequences of holes into the basalt and inserted dry wooden wedges. Once soaked with water, the wood expanded with enough force to crack the solid stone along precise lines. Basic extraction math clarifies the timeline. One worker removes 4 cubic feet of rock a day. A 250-person crew extracts 1,000 cubic feet daily. At this pace, the massive exterior trenches could be cleared in just 5.5 years. The top-down, roof-first nature of the project allowed for massive parallel processing. Master sculptors finished the intricate spires and roofs, while extraction crews were still digging out the floors and courtyard dozens of feet below. This strategy allowed the Rashtrakutas to transform a mountain into a masterpiece of engineering in roughly 12 years. One final mystery remains. If 200,000 tons of rock were extracted from this site, where did the debris go? There is no massive pile of waste rock anywhere in the Ellora Valley. The nature of the excavation suggests a practical solution. Because the rock was fractured into small, manageable pieces by the water wedges, it became a valuable resource. This high-quality basalt was likely recycled immediately, providing the foundation material for local roads and secondary buildings across the region. Small fragments that weren't repurposed have simply integrated into the landscape over 13 centuries of natural soil erosion. Seeing human figures standing beside these colossal elephants and 70-foot pillars clarifies the true scale. Every inch was visualized in 3D and chiseled by hand. Attributing this monument to extraterrestrials or lost magic ignores the documented history of Indian stone carving, a tradition that had been refining these techniques for 1,000 years before the Kailasa was even conceived. The Kailasa Temple is a testament to human ingenuity, a singular moment where acoustic science, physical engineering, and the forced collaboration of rival guilds converged to carve a masterpiece out of a living mountain.